Saturn and Mercury planets retrograde in July 2025. Whenever we are under the dasha of retrograde planets, whatever work we perform during that period, we need to put more efforts to get results from that. Sometimes we need to perform it twice or thrice. That's why we say retrograde planets shows our heavy pending karmas. We have left some unfinished karmas, so in this life they become so rigid that we have to complete them, and it doesn't matter how many times we have to do that, we can't get out of it without finishing it. Each of the retrograde planet shows karma connected with the carcass of the planets. To see what exactly the karma is pending with the native, we need to check the placement of the retrograde planets in the natal chart, check in which sign the planet is placed and how many planets are aspecting it. Sign shows sufferings or delays you may face in this birth, and aspects show via whom you may face such hurdles, difficulties, and hurdles in this life. Dispositor Lord placement of the retrograde planet in the natal chart shows what you need to do in this life in order to fix the pending karma. To see what exactly is the pending karma, retrograde planet is indicating that one has to finish in this birth or giving a clue for certain area of life. Check its 12th house placement from the retrograde planet. That house placement will show the area where one has to experience the pending karma that one has to finish. If one has retrograde planet placed in the 9th house, then it means pending karma is either with the guru, teacher or father, and one has to experience it in this life via 8th house matter, which is the 12th house placement from the 9th. 8th shows sufferings, health issues, hurdles and unknown troubles in life. In July 2025, both Saturn and Mercury will be retrograde, creating a period of introspection and potential challenges. This dual retrograde, from 18th July to 11th August, signifies a time for reassessment, particularly regarding long-term goals, communication, and commitments. It's a chance to review past actions and prepare for a more sustainable path forward. Saturn, he is the planet of law, order, and discipline, and impose limitation, lose weight. It is designed to show us reality and rid us of illusions. Retrograde Saturn has the opposite effect. It opens the doors of new opportunities for you and removes the rigid framework. With Saturn retrograde, you are the creator of your life. Saturn gives slowness. But in a retro movement, it gives energy and a desire to act. At the same time, it is difficult for you to feel completely happy and calm. You are always missing something, and it seems that you are missing something important in life. He influences your father have had little to no involvement in your upbringing or may have been emotionally cold. Retrograde Saturn gives you the ability to get things done. Saturn retrograde, 13th July to 28th November, 2025. 1. Planet of structure, responsibility, long-term planning. It enters retrograde from 13th July to 28th November, 2025, 138 days of deep introspection. 2. During this time, external pressures around duty and societal expectations begin to take on an internal dimension. Saturn's retrograde can bring a sense of responsibility and a desire to define your own rules rather than blindly following societal expectations. 3. Many may feel compelled to reevaluate the foundations of their lives, including career choices, commitments, personal boundaries, and long-term goals. It encourages a pause to assess your current path and make necessary adjustments, especially concerning long-term goals and commitments. 4. This retrograde is not about punishment, it's a powerful chance for inner restructuring. Unfinished business from the past, particularly where maturity or accountability were lacking, may resurface. It may also highlight past mistakes or unfinished business, prompting you to address them and learn from the experience. 5. Saturn retrograde is often associated with introspection, patience, and a re-evaluation of responsibilities. Use this period to reflect on your personal growth, strengthen your inner foundations, and redefine your relationship with responsibility. The Saturn retrograde affects relationships as well. Since the 6th house governs health, retrograde Saturn can bring chronic health issues, stress, or anxiety, which might affect personal relationships. A person preoccupied with health concerns may find it hard to focus on emotional intimacy. Mercury, not the first time assimilates the material, information, can return to the same course, subject, training many times, but then a super talent is developed in the topic that he studied. It is important to know yourself in order to understand the world. Constantly not confident in himself, his knowledge, difficult to change habits, beliefs, attitudes, lives in the past, writes better than he speaks, because he does not have time to comprehend phrases. There is a late analysis of what is happening. Only after a while they can understand the mistakes and start redoing them, often stupid in simple tasks, but easily copes with complex ones. In speech has unique features, syllable, accent, tempo, with other serious violations in the map. It can give problems with speech and thought processes, and the house for which Mercury retrograde is responsible will have a dual situation. For example, if this is a relationship, then a constant return to the former. Mercury retrograde, 18th July to 11th August, 2025. 1. Shortly after Saturn stations retrograde, Mercury joins the retrograde parade from 18th July to 11th August, 2025. Mercury retrograde is known for causing disruptions in communication, technology glitches, travel, and scheduling delays. 2. Expect delays, misunderstandings, and the occasional tech glitch. But Mercury retrograde isn't just about chaos. It's a time to be cautious with communication, contracts, and travel plans. 3. It's a time to reassess your approach to long-term goals, communication, and commitments. 4. Double-check emails, back up important files, and be prepared for potential misunderstandings. 5. It's also a time for reflection and revision. This is a time for introspection, revising your direction, and preparing for a more sustainable path forward. 6. Use it to revisit past conversations, fine-tune your plans, rework creative projects, and reconnect with people or ideas from the past. 7. Avoid launching major new ventures. Instead, polish what you've already started and look for insights hidden in hindsight. Positives. Times. However, Mercury retrograde also offers an opportunity to slow down, reflect, and revisit past projects. Dual retrograde period, 18th July to 11th August times. The combination of Saturn and Mercury retrograde creates a potent mix, demanding thoughtful action and careful consideration of decisions. Times. Be mindful of the emotional and mental toll this period may take, and pace yourself accordingly. Saturn and Mercury have a complex relationship. They are generally considered friendly towards each other, but their energies can also create tension and challenges, especially when they are in close proximity or in challenging aspects like a square or opposition. Mercury represents communication, intellect, and adaptability, while Saturn embodies discipline, responsibility, and restriction. Here's a breakdown of their relationship times. Friendly influence. When Mercury and Saturn are in a harmonious aspect, they can create a powerful combination of analytical thinking, focused communication, and a strong work ethic. Times. Challenging influence. When Mercury and Saturn are in a challenging aspect, it can lead to self-doubt in communication, a tendency to overthink, and difficulty expressing oneself clearly. Times. Combined energies, the conjunction of Mercury and Saturn can result in a person who is both intelligent and hardworking, but may also struggle with self-confidence and communication. Times. Vedic astrology. In Vedic astrology, Saturn and Mercury are considered friends. This conjunction is said to bring about a strong desire to learn and a more serious approach to communication. Times. Career implications. The Mercury-Saturn combination can be beneficial for careers involving communication, administration, or academics due to the analytical and disciplined nature of this pairing. Times. Personal growth. Despite the potential challenges, the Mercury-Saturn aspect can also be a catalyst for personal growth, pushing individuals to overcome their communication barriers and develop a more mature and responsible approach to life.